All right, welcome everybody. This is assignment 2.3. 2.3 is all about changes. And we're going to focus in on two different types of changes, and that is absolute change and percent change. So before we get to the problems here, let's go ahead and go to the formulas that we're going to be using today. So again, if you need to, take this moment to pause the video and write down the formulas on your formula sheet so you know what you're doing. Okay, two different types of change. Absolute change. What an absolute change is, it will give you the physical number of difference that happens. So for instance, if there was originally 30 people in the class, and then it turned into 35 people in the class, the absolute change would be 5 people. It went up 5 people. So an absolute change gives you the actual number of whatever you're talking about change. It went up 5 people. It went down $3. Something like that. Where a percent change will give you a percentage of what it started as change. The tuition at Arizona State University increased by 3% this year. That would be a percent change. It didn't give you the number of dollars that it increased. It gave you the percentage of what it was increased. It increased 3%. All right. To help us out, figure out our absolute change and percent change, you might want to look at some of your problems for contextual clues. Where the thing comes from is usually the original value. All right? It is the original value. It started as value. And what it turns into implies that that is the new value. So you're able to use these various formulas knowing this new value and this original value. You just have to plug it in the appropriate place. Okay, let's go to problem number 1 and see how what is asked and how to figure this out. All right. So the price of a latte dropped from $3.15 to $3. Right? So again, what I'm emphasizing is it went from, aka the original value, to, aka the new value. So this is the original value, and this is going to be the new value. Bringing back in, again, one more time, our formulas, the first question is asking for absolute change. Absolute change is going to be new minus original. So this absolute change is going to be the new minus the original. So what that means in these numbers is the new value is $3. The original value is $3.15. And so $3 minus $3.15 is negative $15. So the negative indicates that the price dropped. It went down 15 cents. That would be the absolute change. It went down 15 cents. All right, next, with the same numbers, they are asking for the percent change. So the percent change will be the new minus the original divided by the original times 100. Okay, putting in the physical numbers of what these things represent. The new value minus the original value divided by the original value times 100. So that's 3 minus 315. So that's the top answer divided by the bottom answer times 100. So this is going to be negative 4.76%. And so the price dropped 15 cents. But the same thing would be saying it dropped 4.76%. The negative sign is important, so make sure you properly identify the new and the original. All right, let's do one more together. So the price of a Dutch Bros drink dropped from $5 to $4.50. Find the absolute and the percent change of the drink. So the absolute again is going to be the new minus the original. So that is going to be $4.50 minus 5. And so that will be, put in a dollar symbol here, negative 50 cents. It went down 50 cents. Oh, also, 450 minus 5, you get, on your calculator, you would get negative 0.5, but again, we know that this is money, so don't express money as a singular decimal. When there is a missing decimal, go ahead, fill it in with a 0, if you're specifically talking about money. I digress. Let's go ahead to the percent. The percent is going to be the new minus the original divided by the original times 100. And so that's going to be, again, the new minus the original divided by the original times 100. When you plug this in, don't use the fraction button or slow down and just take it one bit at a time. So get the top, divide by the bottom, and then times 100. So this went down 10%. Okay, I believe all the other questions that are on this worksheet are pretty much the exact same. I don't think there's any really trick questions in here. So do your best. And this is the process. Let me put the equations up one more time. That is how you find absolute change and percent change.